You've probably been there, sitting at your desk, phone in hand, staring at the to-do list that's been haunting you for days. You know what needs to be done, but your body feels heavy, your mind drifts, and every excuse suddenly makes sense. And the worst part? You start blaming yourself, calling it laziness, lack of willpower, or discipline. But what if the problem isn't that you're lazy? What if your mind is just tired of fighting itself? Today, I want to tell you a story about a man who thought he was lazy until life forced him to understand what was really holding him back. Every morning, Daniel would wake up to the same sound, the dull beep of his alarm cutting through the silence of his small apartment. He'd hit snooze once, twice, sometimes 5 times. He wasn't unemployed, he wasn't struggling, he was just stuck. The kind of stuck that makes every day feel like you're moving through fog. He'd scroll through his phone for motivation, watch videos, read quotes, tell himself, tomorrow I'll change. But every tomorrow became another today. He'd say, I'm just lazy. But deep down, he knew it wasn't that simple. One night, Daniel sat in his car, parked outside the gym he'd been paying for 6 months straight. He hadn't been inside once. He watched people walk in, towels over their shoulders, faces lit by the white glow of the entrance. And there he was, sitting in the dark, engine off, feeling like a ghost in his own life. He whispered to himself, "What's wrong with me?" That question echoed inside him like an unanswered prayer. A few days later, Daniel met an old friend, a photographer named Leo. Leo was one of those people who seemed to glow, always working, always moving, always alive. Daniel laughed and told him, "I don't know how you do it, man. I can't even get out of bed sometimes." Leo smiled. "You're not lazy, Dan. You're uninspired." Daniel frowned. "That's the same thing, isn't it?" Leo shook his head. "No. Laziness is when you have energy, but no direction. But what you're feeling is your mind rejecting a life that doesn't excite it." Those words hit Daniel harder than he expected. The next morning, Daniel didn't set goals. He didn't write affirmations or watch another How to Stop Being Lazy video. He just sat by the window and watched the sunrise. Something about it, the stillness, the color, made him feel alive again. He decided to walk instead of drive, cook instead of order, journal instead of scroll. Tiny actions, nothing forced, and something started to shift. He noticed that when he did things that genuinely fed his curiosity, reading about film, taking photos, sketching ideas, time flew. But when he tried to force productivity, his body shut down. It wasn't discipline he was missing. It was alignment. Weeks passed. Daniel found himself waking up earlier, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. He started a small project, documenting people's morning routines through photos. And one morning, as he adjusted his camera to capture the light through his own window, he realized something. He hadn't been fighting laziness. He'd been fighting himself. Every time he forced, punished, or compared himself, he was draining the very energy he needed to move. But when he let curiosity lead instead of guilt, motion became natural. Laziness isn't always the enemy. Sometimes it's your mind's quiet way of saying, you're moving in a direction that doesn't feed your soul. You don't need to force yourself to move. You need to find something that pulls you. Start small. One habit that feels good. One curiosity that sparks even a tiny bit of energy. Because momentum doesn't begin with a push. It begins with interest. And once you find that, discipline isn't a cage anymore. It's freedom. You don't beat laziness by fighting it. You outgrow it by giving your soul a reason to wake up again.